I'm just sitting here once again. This is similar to what I do every night. I'm up here in the grow room and I'm checking for thrips. I've been battling them. By the way, hi. Welcome back to my indoor intensive care center. My name is Christopher. I've been working really hard to get rid of the thrip problem that I've been having since actually I discovered it when I made the video. I think it was the complete tour of the grow room after the summer, and that was the first time that I actually saw that I had the thrip problem back in again. It's the second time that I've had thrips. You might remember the huge grow box that I had in here, and I had the thrip problem also back then, and that actually won. They actually won over me. So I got rid of everything that I had in the grow room. I had 3 months off, was nothing at all in this room, and I decided to get back in, and I was successful for about a year, and but somehow they managed to get inside. I haven't been introducing things here, so it shouldn't be an issue of me bringing in plants. But this room is a separate house. So this is a small house. It's about 30 square meters or something, and when I open the door, I'm outside. So of course I walk in and out here all the time, and eventually everything will find its way into the grow room. So, but as I was saying, the thrips has really been a big issue for me. They are small, they're tiny, and they're hard to discover. And last time when I had the problem, I didn't really discover it before I saw the issue on my plants. So they started to die back. The leaves started to brown on spots, and especially in the center and everything, and that is typical of thrips. So this time around I've been really careful and on the lookout for stuff like thrips and spider mites, because those are my biggest enemies, although thrips is the worst. Spider mites I can handle. I've had that a few times, not this season, and actually not last season also, but before I've had spider mites a couple of times, and I've been able to fight them back. But this time I'm actually trying to use everything that I can, and I'm using something called Neem Oil. This is the last resort. First I use something called Pear. This is made from, I think it's made from chrysanthemums, or yeah, I think that's it. And this is supposed to be an organic thing. Well, it's not 100% organic. It's organic-ish, if that's a term. But this is normally considered an organic pesticide. And also neem oil, which is oil extracted from the neem tree. And they are really great for doing a controlled spray for one of your plants. Say if you have thrips, I would say if you have spider mites, it's easier for me, because spider mites, they spread but not that fast. Thrips are, if you got one plant affected, everybody has it. It spreads like crazy. It just takes them a couple of days to spread from one plant to every single plant that you have in a grow room. But if you have something like spider mites, it's easy. You blend up according to, I use a lot. And I blend it into a spray bottle and mixed it with water. And it's really effective. It kills on contact, and the Pear doesn't leave a residue, but the neem oil will. So the neem oil is like a last resort. This is what you use if you're really having a hard time keeping things off. So let's say if you have a plant that is actually going to to be used for only for display, then yeah, go ahead, use those. But if you're growing things for food, like I have basil, I have coriander, and I have some peppers, and of course my lime, not this lime but the kaffir lime. I have a couple of those, and those are used for food, and I don't want my family consuming anything that has been sprayed with my pesticides, because I'm a hobby gardener. I really don't know what I'm doing. So if I'm spraying, I don't know what the amount should be for it to be safe to eat afterwards, and that's not a risk I'm gonna take. So I've been teaming up with about 50,000 friends in my soil. For fungus gnats, I use a predatory mite called Hypoaspis miles, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. I'll put links to everything that I show here and talk about down in the description. So if you want to check it out, please go down there and check it. And I've been also trying some pests, not pests, but some organic insects or mites to control everything that has been going wrong here. And I've been successful with it before. And but this time with the thrips, I'm not so sure if that would be the case. Let me just check if I can find the name. I really don't know. It's called Swirsky, and yeah, I know they have a different name also, and I probably put it down here, as you can see. And I've been using a related mite before for thrips, and it didn't work. But I think that my issue back then was that the problem was really so severe that there was just no point of return. But this time I'm getting in there, and there's just a few thrips here and there, and my plants aren't really affected at all. But this time I wanted to try these slow release sachets, and these ones are. I have a whole bunch of these. You can see them in all my plants, and these have 500 mites in each. Each bag has 500 mites, and what you just do is you hang them up, and they will slowly release mites. They crawl out from a teeny weeny tiny hole here, and they will just go out into the plant and try to combat the thrips. And I just got these up yesterday, and I can see on my plants that they're already crawling. I'm not able to show you because they are so tiny that I have to use the smallest part from my glass here to be able to see them. But they crawl around now, and they are hopefully starting to work, and within 3 weeks I hope to see some good results. They will feed from thrips, and they will also eat, as I read online, they would also eat eggs for whiteflies. So if you have a problem with whiteflies, it's a good idea. I think a batch of these will run you about $20 on Amazon, and that's a lot of money for regular house plants. But if you really are doing a grow room like this, and you're already messing with nature, because I'm actually growing so many things here, and it's borderline outside gardening. So when I introduce these mites, they actually have a chance to survive, and they can live off of pollen. So if there's no pests available, they could eat pollen. And I think for the ones that I used for fungus gnats, I've had those for 3 or 4 years now, and they just procreate, and they eat dead leaves and everything, and they can survive on that for ages. So But these ones also, I'm really curious about how these works. There's two types for thrips. The one that I used before was for more colder climates, but this one is for tropical climates. And this room is pretty tropical all the time, all the year. So I'm hoping that these will work out. And that's the reason why you see all these sachets hanging around. It's not the end of the world. I think even if I didn't have the predatory mites, I would also be able to control it with my pesticide. But I really don't like to do that, so that's why I'm going for this. And yeah, $20, it's a lot of money for something like this. But then again, I've invested so many hours into my garden, and I have so many things growing here. And it's really important for me to be able to sustain that without having to throw everything out, because that would be a shame. And yeah. So that was kind of only the thing that I was going to talk about this week. I've been super busy this week, so that's the reason why this video isn't the most exciting. I will, once I finish up this, I will just grab the camera and show you a couple of updates on some stuff that I've been talking about previously. But next week will probably be a more exciting episode. I've been working a lot on the greenhouse, and it's been going great. And I've got a couple of things that needs to be taken care of here also. And I think that once we get the thrip situation under control, and I think just give me a week or two, and I will see how this goes. I think we're gonna start looking at the pepper project that I have this winter. I don't remember if I've talked about. Oh, you might have seen it back here before I reorganized everything. I had the big grow box in back there. That's actually standing right in front of you. You can probably see some leaves from the peppers. When this season started, I took the outdoor season. I had a lot of tiny sprouts for my peppers, and I was of course growing 2 of each. And as I started to rip them out one by one just to make one grow, I got the idea of trying to do something crazy, like taking 9 or 10 or 11, I don't remember, plants or small seedlings, and just tie them together and drop them into the soil and see what happens. And I did that. I've been cutting it down 2 times, all the way down, because of different types of pests and everything, and I wanted to keep it as low as possible and to get it as stocky as possible. Because if you're having all those type of roots and all those type of stems coming out from the same point, it's going to be a little bit messy, and it turns out it's a really difficult project to run inside. And I was expecting that. It's not a good idea, but I wanted to try it anyway. So we probably should do a video about that. The fun thing is that it's starting to produce peppers, and I have no idea what type of peppers they are, because I just took everything and I wanted to make it a surprise for myself, because I didn't know which type of seedlings that I got out of it. I just had like 50 seedlings laying there, and I just picked 10 random. So I don't know what's there. I know it's one of the ones that I started, but I started so many things. So I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. I've been trying to post now regularly on Sunday, 6 p.m. my time, so that's something else for you. I don't know. And I'm gonna continue to try to make a video a week. I think it's the most fun thing that I do, and hopefully I will be able to put out something once a week. It's not going to be the most exciting things every week, but if you really, if you have anything that you want me to do a video about in here, or if there's something that you see me grow and you would like a more in-depth look at it, please let me know down in the comments, and just let me know what type of things are you growing this winter inside. This is all about the conversation for me, and I really enjoy reading all your comments, and we can have a chat back and forth about it. And I'm also on. I recently started using Instagram, so if you want to follow me, I'll drop a link down below for that also. I'm trying to use that as a way for me to get more updates out regularly, because there's so many small things that I would like to show you, but making a video is so much more work than just dropping an image or a small video clip or something. So I'm gonna try to post something regularly on both Instagram and my Facebook page. So yeah, I think we're just gonna grab the camera and see a couple of the things that I've been working on, and a few of the things are actually going great. So just hold on and I'll grab you. This is the pepper plant that I'm talking about, and it's actually growing in very nice, and it's not been pruned at all now. It's been just growing wild, and this is really not a good way to grow it, but I just wanted to let it grow a little bit just to see what I can make of it. It's been growing fairly nicely now, and it's starting to produce some peppers, and I don't know if you can see those, but if the camera would just focus. I have some growing here and there, and there's some bell peppers going back there and everything. And as you can see, this one it's all about the plants growing together there and fusing together. And it's a fun project, and I hope to be able to show you some more about this. And what we're probably gonna do once I make a video about only this plant, we're probably gonna prune it and try to see if we can start getting it to grow in a pattern that we would like to keep it at. Here we have the bananas. And they are growing like crazy. I already took one cutting off and put it in a separate pot, and it's already starting to produce some more shoots. This one really took off now once that I removed this one in the back. And it's also, actually this one just came out of the soil yesterday. So I'm expecting to get more shoots from this. What I'm going to do now is try to separate this large one also, and going to put it in a pot just like this. And I'm actually, I don't need more than one plant of banana, but I really don't have the guts to throw those out. So what I'm thinking about, and if you have some good ideas on what to do with it, just please let me know. But I'm thinking that it might be fun to just grow this without growing lights at all, just to compare them in the future and see what the difference would be. And I also took one cutting out that was the size of the one back there and gave it to a friend, and yeah, this thing grows like crazy. Those are less than 2 months old, and they're already a meter high, so yeah, it's just crazy. My prickly pear is actually doing fine after I repotted it into the big grow box, and it's actually putting out a new branch or a new leaf or a new petal. I don't know what the technical terms for this is, but it's doing really fine. And I think the other ones are already rooted also, and they are growing in nice. And many of the small succulents are actually taking off now, and they are growing really, really nice. The last thing that I wanted to show you are actually these. These are sprouts from palm trees. When we were in Greece, I just grabbed some seeds for some palm trees that was growing there. I have no idea what type of palm trees these are, but they were small and bushy, and I just grabbed from 3 different types of palm trees. And I think I'm getting really close to 100% germination on these now. And that is just crazy. I wasn't expecting any of those to grow. So I don't know what to do with these. If you live nearby, let me know when you can pick one up. I really don't know what to do with all of these. That's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed the small update that I gave you on a few things here. And really, if you have any suggestions on what I should do with my 52 videos a year, please let me know. I've been actually once again getting back into the live thing. I really wanted to do that. I was waiting for a good internet connection. I now have something that looks stable. So I'm going to try to experiment and do some test runs. And if you want to join me in a test live scenario, please let me know down in the comments and add me on Facebook, and I will try to do a live test. I have a plant that I need to transplant and a pothos actually, and I wanted to just try to do a live stream on that. And I might do it for everybody, but I'm not sure yet. So it's a bad idea to go online with something that you have no idea what you're doing, but just wanted to get out there and try to get my foot into the deep end and see if I can actually do something live. It would be fun. I enjoy watching live videos myself, so I want to get into making those. And yeah, any ideas at all, down below. Thank you for joining me. This is Christopher saying may the force be with you, and I hope I'll see you next Sunday.